Hey guys, Coty here. It's Sunday, September 16th. We're doing our first vlog of our last semester. Um, it's been a little while since we've done one of these. It feels a little awkward again, but we'll get through it. We got a few questions here. Question one: how does it feel to come back after a break? Do you feel like you had to work your way back into scrubbing, or did it come back to you quickly like riding a bike? I wouldn't say it came back quickly like riding a bike, but I also didn't feel like I had to work my way back into it. It, it's coming back quicker and quicker each time we have this small breaks. Yeah, I mean, it took a couple of days. I mean, it could have been because I got put into eyes, eyes are completely different. Not completely different, but they're different than normal cases. So I had to get used to those. Um, so that took a little bit. I wouldn't say it was a challenge to get back into it though. I enjoyed it. It came back pretty quickly. The gowning and the gloving, that's like nothing now. I don't even give that a second thought. We have been doing that forever. So it was a little awkward in eyes. They only use one pair of gloves, so learning how to put the white gloves on without the blue ones was a little different, but it went well. Um, so yeah, I don't think that was too bad, too big of a problem. The break. Question two: when you got your footing back, how did you feel being in your second semester versus the start of your first semester? Do you feel more confident now than you did in May or at the end of last semester? Feeling pretty confident. I've only done eyes so far this semester at the surgery center. Tomorrow, Monday, I'm starting a new service, so we'll see how tomorrow goes. I'm expecting it to go pretty well, though. The cases over at the surgery center, they're not as big. They don't seem quite as challenging as the cases over at Munson, so I we'll see how tomorrow goes. I'm expecting it to go well, though. Um, yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident. Definitely more confident than I was at the start of the first semester, or even at the end of the first semester. Well, probably pretty close to the same as the end of the first semester, but definitely more confident than the beginning of last semester. The beginning, I was just nervous about everything. Everything was new. I was scared to touch everything. Definitely more confident than that now. So that's going well. Question three: what are your goals for this semester? Goals would be to be able to perform complete surgeries on my own without a preceptor having to say, pass this, this is the instrument he wants. Get my anticipation skills down a little bit more. Yeah, just fine tune everything, get it to where it needs to be for December, and hopefully getting a job somewhere, passing the test and getting a job somewhere. So another goal that I would want for this semester doesn't really deal with clinicals, but do some studying, lots and lots of studying, getting ready for the exam in December. It's a big one. It's got me pretty nervous. I feel kind of ill prepared right now, but we're working on it. We're doing well on the quizzes and the North Stars that we're doing right now. So we'll see about the packets and the practice exams once we start those here in another month or so. So yeah, surgery center is definitely different. A lot different than Munson. It feels more laid back, I guess. Not quite as stressful, probably because they're not as big. There's not as much going on. Makes me nervous that they get done early. They're not. they're not running all the time like Munson is. Not that it makes a huge difference because I don't really have the ability to stay after 3 o'clock, but I wish that they would be at least running cases until 3 o'clock, considering that's how long we're supposed to be there. I've already had 2 or 3 days where they're done at noon or 1 o'clock, and that it just makes me nervous. So we'll do what we can. I stayed a little late last week on a day, as late as I could. I stayed until 3:30. When I get the chance, I'll stay late as often as I can, but with a family and job and kids, and it's tough to be able to stay late, so I'm doing what I can. Like I said, so far I've only done cataract extractions, which they're weird for me. Eyes was what I was worried about the most, just because they are so delicate. I'm scared that every time we touch them they're gonna pop, and it just freaks me out. So getting over that, though, I'm realizing that's not really gonna happen. I've done 3 weeks worth of cataracts now, exclusively cataracts since I started at the surgery center. I've got quite a few of them under my belt. There's only like 1 or 2 doctors that I'm not comfortable passing to just because they're so fast. But most of the other docs, I can keep up. I know what they want done. I know what instruments they need, when they need them. I know how to do the full setup, get everything set up. So I'm pretty comfortable with cataracts. Scott, my preceptor, he's given me some pretty big compliments. Told me I'm a fast study, quick learner. I've got a great memory. So he's the one that spoke to Earl and told Earl that I need to get into a new service already because I've got eyes down. So that was nice to hear. That was a big confidence booster. I'm hoping to carry that into my next service with my next preceptor starting tomorrow. Just continue to prove how smart I am and that I know my stuff. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. It's gonna go well. I can already tell. The speed of the turnovers over at the surgery center, man, it's definitely quick. I know we talked about it last semester and everyone said they were quick, but until I got there and actually witnessed them firsthand, I didn't realize just how quick they were going to be. And it's weird for me. They don't like mop the floor or anything. All they do is wipe the tables off and call it good for in between cases. They do a full clean at the end of the day, which is weird. At Munson, they wipe everything. They mop. They disinfect everything in between cases, and maybe that's because they're bigger cases, more chances of contaminants getting around the room. I mean, cataracts only take 15-20 minutes a piece, so again, we'll see how tomorrow goes. Once I get into a different service, a little bigger cases, maybe it won't be quite so different from Munson. Maybe they'll term everything in between. It's definitely been weird in eyes, not counting anything, not even sutures if we use them, not pen caps, nothing. I know the eye, it's a small cavity, we're not really going to lose anything. It's just awkward, it's weird. So that might take, no, I don't think so. I was going to say that might take a minute to get back into, but it feels like second nature almost now. Just ready to get back into the bigger cases. I miss Munson. I miss the challenge of the bigger cases. So, like I said, we'll see how tomorrow goes. We'll decide. Yeah, it'll be good. We'll see. about here. We only had 3 questions to answer, and no, I don't really know what else to say. I watched a corneal transplant on Wednesday. That was different. Even the doctor got nervous and scared once they took the patient's cornea off and the eye was open. Open sky is what they call it, I believe. So that was different to see the surgeon with a little bit of anxiety and freaking out a little bit. They said that if the patient would have moved or coughed or sneezed or anything like that, the internal parts of the eyeball could have just came popping right out, which would have been freaky. That's kind of what I dread and what scares me the most about eyes. That would have been bad. I also watched a Tagirium on Wednesday, which the patient had a little growth onto his cornea, so they had to go in and remove that with some bipolars and some super sharps, keratome. It was interesting for sure. Definitely different than cataracts. I didn't get to pass for either of those just because they were bigger cases and stuff that I hadn't done yet, hadn't seen. So yeah, that's about all I got. I know I'm a few minutes short, but I don't really know what else to talk about. So everyone, keep up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll see you on the next vlog.